Give me the emotions. Give them to me. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Deep Magic. I'm so excited to see everybody after our break. I'm really excited to get going again. We've had a couple of great one-shots in the interim, so if you missed City of Flesh or Dish Pit Witches, absolutely go catch up with those on the YouTube. But we are here to do arson? Arson. I think maybe arson.
Arson.
Or counteroffer. Arson.
I also suspect there's a couple people who might settle for a kaiju fight tonight, but we'll see how everything goes down. However, I'm really excited to be back. I love doing this with you guys, and I'm really excited to have our cast back. So, with that, I am Spectre Elephant, your local chaos bringer, and you can find me most places on the internet by that name, and we're going to let everybody introduce themselves, starting with MJ.
Hi, I'm MJ Bradley Lestrange. I am a writer and podcaster. You can follow my work on certainpov.com, but here I portray Gray, a punk rock selkie who has no idea what's going on anymore.
And John.
Hi, my name is Professor John Bradley Lestrange. You can find me on TikTok at The History Wizard, where I'm currently running an almost 30-part series on genocide and stuff. So come be depressed with me. Also, Here I'm Jack, where you can come be depressed with me.
Not wrong on all counts. Anyways, Rhea.
Hey, I'm Rhea N. Jasmine. The N stands for Narson.
Not while I'm drinking!
And I will be playing Emil, the trash-talking kind of cunt knocker.
And we love that for her. Sorry. Velvet.
Dark greetings, everyone. I'm Velvet. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar, but here I'm playing Lakoka, your manic red cat mean girl.
Awesome. And Michelle.
Hi, my name is Michelle Sealight. The C stands for Changeling Arson. And you can find me everywhere at Michelle Sealight. I'm playing Iris Feel, who is questioning her existence and wondering, does everyone turn into a weapon now?
It's boyfriend dungeon.
And last but certainly not least, Junie.
I'm Judy Von Ness. The V is for revenge. Actually, it's vengeance, because I forgot there was an R in revenge. My bad. Anyhow, hi. You find me on Twitter, because that's where I'm living most days. You can find me on Twitch, or just on the internet, because it's easier to live on the internet than in real life, because who knows where you can find me. And I'm playing Nancy Akata, who happens to be the ambassador of bats, and I lost something. I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
And as always, if you love any of the things that you're seeing here or want to catch up with anything they've done or we've done before, we have a YouTube, we have a Discord. You can follow all those links in the chat. We also will be bringing back our V5 campaign, Sudbury by Night, in October. We will also be running a Clue charity-themed one-shot at some point. And, of course, John is our lovely storyteller for our Mass Effect game. We have a great time with that, and that also features MJ and Velvet and a lovely other player named Amberly. You should all watch all of that as well. That is every other Monday. So not this Monday, but then right after the Monday after this one, you should go see that. So anyway, we're going to get started. You have all stumbled out into this carnival to see the giant kaiju shape of Lakoka and Erisfiel's grandmother merging together to be this double-faced sort of, well, I wouldn't say creature, but almost like the imaginings of gods. But the other things that have begun to happen in the carnival is it's begun to tear the night with cackling howls and gleeful menace. And from the top of the carousel, I need everybody to roll me some wits and alertness, please.
Wits and alertness.
I forgot the dice roller.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
We don't roll dice in this game. What are you talking about?
Is it a 6?
Yeah, it's a 6.
Okay.
Bessie's.
Okay. 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 With everybody with at least a success up to 3 successes, you see something that looks alarmingly like Gray standing on top of the carousel with a conductor's baton in their hand, waving it wildly as if they're organizing the chaos that is beginning to erupt across this carnival. Jack, your dad has leveled the sword and is currently 12 feet tall, so he is an enormous sword-wielding man.
Yes.
For everybody who is above that 3 threshold, you see the lightning begin to flash in the, well, minus Junie, and can hear the thunder cracking and smell a scent of fur. But everyone else who can see the shadow of giant horns behind the carnival.
Well, I hate that.
Yep.
So I was next to Gray. Is Gray still next to me?
Yep.
Probably yes.
How are you in 2 places at once?
I missed what you said. Can you say again?
How are you in 2 places at once?
Did you miss me opening the suitcase and a doppelganger? It's a joke because we're the young doppelgangers. A doppelganger popping out and wrecking shop.
I did forget about that. I apologize.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Catharsis. Things were happening.
Yeah, I was in the middle of an emotional breakdown. Thank you very much. Sorry for not remembering everything, Frankie.
Well,
thank you for the reminder. I appreciate it.
So do you still ask that, or
yeah, no.
Do I explain that to you in character?
If you want to.
No, it's okay.
That's up to you.
So you still ask that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I still ask that. Yes.
Gray's gonna look at you and just like blink slowly, just be like, "I know we just had a time, but that's my thing. That's my nervous breakdown."
Right. I remember this now.
Everybody's nervous breakdown is manifesting differently. Mine did that.
Yep. I forgot about. Yep, I remember now.
From nowhere, this manifestation of Gray pulls out a chair and sits down on top of the carousel as it spins slowly around, and definitely does not sit in any proper way. It's just like over the back of it, just grinning. And then you can hear through the entire of the carnival, "Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout."
That doesn't sound good.
I think Iris is just gonna yell at her grandmother, who's currently formed with Lakoka. What is the phrase that I'm looking for? Seems like it's been a while since I've used this voice. What is the phrase that I'm thinking about? How is it said? I believe the proper phrase is "kick their ass, grandma!"
From behind you, Lakoko, because you can no longer see the other half of your kaiju form. You can just feel them moving in tandem with you. It goes, "It's been a long time since I've kicked something's ass this thoroughly. I feel like I'm missing one of us. Still, let's light things on fire." And As she says that, she ignites one of her powers, and y'all become a moving column of flame.
I love it. Just going full Balrog.
Disco Inferno burn.
This is happening though. You begin to hear chittering noises all over the carnival.
Silly question.
Mm-hmm.
How is my small goblin army doing?
Your small goblin army is conspicuously absent currently. They also were not allowed into the carnival because they didn't have anything to offer as tickets.
God.
So, can I just get a quick reminder of the things that we are facing off against? There's Gray, there's some giant thing with horns.
Out in the woods, which,
yeah, there's the sound of spiders, and then I feel like there was like an army of something.
So the other carnival goers here are brainwashed to some extent, one way or the other. So the carnival is essentially mobilizing against you.
Okay. Hey, Dad, I feel like we shouldn't just kill everything here.
Goes, well, that wasn't the first plan, but I'll definitely kill it before it kills us.
Well, yes, but so I'm out of magic, and all I've got right now is a spear. So.
Well, my boy, you're gonna have to stand behind me until you can find some piece of imagination to inspire yourself with.
Man, I found my dad after like a few hundred years. I feel like this should count.
He goes, it doesn't work that way. I wish it did.
All right. Well, I'm definitely. No, go ahead.
You smell that?
Yes.
No, you smell the other thing, because I can smell the wet dog, too.
No, you mean like the ozone in the air from the lightning?
No.
Then no, probably not.
He goes, got ogres coming.
Are ogres, this is me, John asking, are ogres really big like they are in like Lord of the Rings canon?
They're like trolls, but evil.
Lovely. Great, that's just what we needed. I'm gonna shout that out to the rest of the party. We got ogres incoming!
From the top of the carousel, Gray shouts out again, down came the rain and washed the spider out, and the lightning flashes.
I think we gotta stop that singing. Who's got a gun?
I can fly up there.
I have a gun.
Iris pulls out her gun.
I'm not sure if shooting my doppelganger is going to really do it.
Well, Gray, if you've got a better plan, I just don't like that singing. I like yours better.
Is there a way to get to where Alterna Gray is?
You could stop the carousel and attempt to climb up to where they are, but
could I ask my dad to lift Gray up? I know he's only 12 feet tall, but maybe we can throw her.
I mean, you can absolutely try. I will roll some dice for him. See if he can do that. Would you?
Yeah.
Is that a thing you want done?
That's up to Gray.
Yeah. I think I was the one being asked. I want to get to my doppelganger, so if that is a way to do so, then yes.
Okay. There's absolutely distance between you and them because it's very much like grandstanding in front of everybody so everybody can see it. But it wouldn't take you a huge amount of time to run over there and join the big band music of the carousel, essentially.
Okay. I want to get over there.
There's nobody on the carousel currently, but there is somebody running it, and they're somewhat like the ticket master at the gate. Has one function, one thought, and it's only to run the carousel.
Sorry, is Alterna Gray on a carousel or on a Ferris wheel?
Carousel.
I thought it was a Ferris wheel this
No,
whole time.
she is literally
They are.
sitting on the roof. Sorry, they
Okay.
are sitting on the roof of the carousel.
Okay. That's definitely within a 12-foot tall man's just hoisting
Yes.
you up there.
Is it still on me? I'm sorry. I thought we were waiting for something else to happen.
Nope. We have a lot of things happening. The rain's going to start if nothing happens in a minute here.
Okay. Sorry. I got distracted. So Gray is trying to get to Alterna Gray. Jack's dad was able to get Gray up there. That happened.
That hasn't happened yet. I have
Okay.
something for him.
Right, that's crazy.
Ah! Chaos. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, he's absolutely able to do that for you.
Oh, yeah.
It's just enough successes on his dice. Full stop. This 12-foot man, whom you've not had a whole lot of experience with, except as a man feasting with Jack, comes along and goes, "Need a lift?"
I'll take it.
And he picks Gray up and sticks them up with their other self, who grins.
Think Gray is going to try to sing counterpoint
Okay.
in an attempt to kind of neutralize what's going on.
Okay. I feel that. So what you're going to do is roll a manipulation plus performance for that.
Cool. So I have 4 pips of manipulation, 4 pips in a specialty and performance, and then I have Songbird, which gives me a -2 difficulty on inspirational speaking / singing. Do you think this qualifies?
Oh, yes.
Cool.
Just Alterna Gray also has all of your skills.
So 4, 8, 8. I'm going to burn a willpower to re-roll 3. Is that how that goes?
Yes.
You. Good stuff. Give me better stuff. So that's what's my difficulty here?
It's still a 6.
Oh, okay. So 2, 4, 5, 5.
Okay. Unfortunately, their roll against you came out as a 7. And Alterna Gray looks at you and goes, "Oh, please. I always was the better version of you."
Gray's not going to let that get to them. They're going to say, "I don't think you're the better version. I think you're the version that needed to exist when you did. Like, I needed to be you. I just don't need to be you anymore."
I will grant you an extra dice when dealing with this creature going forward.
Cool.
Alterna Gray goes, "You're never getting out of here alive. Whereas me, all I need's your soul."
Come and take it.
"Oh, don't worry. I will."
I really didn't want to physically fight them,
It's fair.
but I feel like Gray would draw Knight's Fall
Okay.
to at least have in their hand.
That is absolutely a skill that a Turner Gray does not have.
That's true.
It's true. Alternagrade didn't get to level up.
Also, Alterna Gray just never had access to Knight's Ball.
Yeah. A knife. No. I think Gray is going to use Knight's Fall to attack Alterna Gray.
Okay. Absolutely.
Not going to be as good a roll. I'm not as good at that. So that would be melee and strength.
Yes, and they're going to oppose with dexterity, athletics, and slippery.
Boo. I have way more dice to roll. I only get 4 when I count in the +1 that you gave me.
That's
But
fair.
I only got 1 success.
They
No,
also
2. I'm sorry, 2.
They also rolled for shit on that dice pool, so technically it's still only a 3, so they barely get out of your way.
I don't know what else to do.
And put a pause in that really quickly. As you see Gray go up to the top of the carousel, the rest of the things start happening at once. The chittering you hear didn't actually turn out to be spiders. They are the strange sort of beetle that has come out. All of
We talking like rhino beetles?
think more scarab type beetles.
Okay.
Um,
I still hate it.
Yep.
Rhino would have been better.
And then as this happens, you start to get surrounded by a bunch of carnival people who begin, more than anything else, they're not attacking you, to set up mirrors.
Can I roll a perception on the mirrors?
Sure, absolutely.
So that's perception, and is it just perception or is it perception and something?
Do an investigation.
Investigation. What do I have? Oh, well, that's literally 2 dice. Oh, I rolled 2 8s.
Yay! It's 2
Points.
successes. They are trying to hurt you.
Are they magical mirrors or are they just mirrors?
They're definitely magical mirrors.
All right, I'm gonna start smashing.
Okay, absolutely.
Jack smash.
I have no magic, but I have a spear and a lot of pent up need to impress my dad.
All right.
Oh.
Roll me a strength.
Jack or you?
And
Yes. I'm sorry, I need you to repeat that because I had to validate the fact that yes, I would like to impress my own now dead father.
strength and melee.
Strength and melee. I just gave myself another point in melee. So now I have 6 whole dice to roll.
Yay!
Yeah.
Is my threshold 6?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. You definitely smash a mirror, and as you do, there's this howling screech, and the phantom of your mother pops out and goes, "You're always getting into trouble. I don't know what we're going to do with you." And it fades off again.
That sucked. I hate this. I'm just going to keep doing that for a bit while other people now decide to do things.
The more mirrors you smash, the more random bad memories you get.
Yep, I'm going to keep doing that while other people finally do things.
Arisfiel, your mother, grandmother, talk words.
Yeah.
Grandmother.
Go, Grandma.
Nudges Lakoka's mind, goes, "We could just run through the carnival."
Oh, okay, we could.
We're literally a column of fire. arson.
I will do that, but I will also hold out my like sword hand to clip whatever I can't like barrel through.
Okay. What I want you to roll is a strength and brawl for that.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll some stuff for Grandma Iris.
Isn't it Fida was her name?
Yes, Fida. I'm just being silly.
Oh, Grandma. She's
Yeah.
gonna bake cookies when we're done. It'd be arson.
Math.
That's what I'm here for.
Hey, just 3 successes. That's the lowest I've ever gotten on a dice pool like that.
So the biggest problem is that a lot of this stuff is actually fairly large. It's actually large carnival equipment here. So it like takes some running through. You're doing okay, but like you didn't get as far across the carnival as you would have hoped you were. So you're about midway through and you've come to the like feasting table where everyone was. And there's just some very startled, angry looking people who were part of Jack's dad's hunting party who are like rounding on you to begin the fight.
Cool beans.
I'll turn a gray. Begins again.
I would like to cast Effect and Cause, my second Chronos bump on them, to kind of confuse them and maybe make it easier for me to fight them.
All right, I love that for you. Sorry, going back to the Chronos bumps.
I have it right in front of me if you want me to read
Right.
it.
That would be helpful, yes.
The first cantrip dealing with time distortion, Effect and Cause scatters the normal progression of time for the target of the cantrip. The sound of shattering glass might precede the tumbler falling to the ground, or a body would hit the floor prior to the gunshot ringing out. The cantrip's realm determines the focus of the magic, and anyone or anything perceiving that target experiences the distortion. Only a sentient creature can suffer the effect imposed by the cantrip, because this level of Chronos does not alter the flow of time, just the perception of those around the target. Effect and Cause creates serious confusion in anyone trying to view or interact with the target, causing a 3 die penalty for anyone experiencing the cantrip's effects. So would it be more effective to cast it on me? So that way they would be confused when trying to interact with me? Because the wording makes it seem like anyone trying to interact with the target would be confused.
Yes. So yes, it would be more effective on you.
Okay. So that is what I would like to do.
Okay.
So for that, I roll. The spell itself, Fae or Actor?
Faye. You're both Faye.
So 2, 4, and that's it, and Glamour. I don't remember.
So it's you spend the glamour, you roll the realm and your 2 things that go. So your art, your realm, and if there's anything that goes in that list. I don't think so. No, do your art, your realm, and glamour. I've said that's what I've said before.
It's 2, 4. Are you shitting me? I'm spending another willpower.
Oof, there was so many ones. There was 4 ones in there.
Oofed. Burn them. Smudge them.
Does a 1 cancel out of 10?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it cancels
This
out
is
the
a 1
negative
success.
effect of the 10. Of the 1, right? It still counts as 1 success.
1 success, right.
Okay. 1. And it's 6?
Yep.
6, right? 1, 2,
Mhm.
3,
6.
6.
5, 6. Yes. Okay. Right, trying to factor in all the things. I was like,
Math is hard and D10s are weird.
Anyway, 6.
Facts.
You definitely succeed, and now anything trying to interact with you is taking that penalty because they can't perceive you.
Excellent.
This applies to everyone else too. You see Gray up on the top of the carousel sort of flicker and become hard to perceive.
It's the non-binary ideal. I do not
Yes.
wish to be perceived.
It's true. If only.
I think after Gray pulls Vanishing Act, Iris is going to be like, Malcolm, you need to protect Annunciata.
Madden?
Madden?
I was like,
I'm
who's
Malcolm.
Who's Malcolm?
I
Because he's
don't
not. Because he's not
every
in the middle.
season, okay? Let me get my one out of the way.
No, I'm like, did I thought I forgot something. Who's Malcolm? Oh, God.
Michelle's allowed to call Malcolm once a season. This is my one.
Does Iris have a chimera now?
No, Michelle is just forgetful with Malcolm versus Madden because the names sound very similar to me.
That's fair.
Madden. Those old.
Madden, whoever the fuck you are now at this point.
You can call, Annunciata might be mad, but you can call me Snickers if it makes it easier.
Snickers, predict Annunciata. Why can't I remember Annunciata but not your name for some reason?
Because you actually care about Annunciata.
Oh, sick burn.
Ooh.
I heard that from the top of the carousel.
That was John. That was John, not Jack. Jack would never.
Where's the Shade fan when I need it? We just
It's okay. It's okay.
This is my Michelle's getting back into this game.
I missed this so much.
We're all having that.
Yeah. I, of course, will protect Annunciata.
And Iris is gonna go over to Jack Mahone.
Yeah.
Malcolm, whatever the fuck your name is now.
Yes, all of those. Yes, that's probably also my name.
She's gonna start helping him. She's gonna go, oh shit, here we go again, and activate her fire spear that was made for her.
Okay.
And then she's gonna start helping smash mirrors.
Hell yeah. It's gonna suck. They're gonna give you bad vibes, but I don't know what they're here for. But I hate it, and I don't want it. So I'm just gonna keep smashing it until.
As you start smashing mirrors, Iris, you start getting memories of your childhood with your mortal mother. Just every terrible thing, how incompetent she found you. And every mirror has a different moment in it.
She's gonna keep this is just giving her more of a reason to smash things.
Okay.
It's just like, I'm gonna prove to you wrong that I'm not worthless, dumb, a mistake.
Okay.
I am Irisville. I'm not this little child you can push around and bully anymore. I might be forgetful sometimes, but that's just me.
I love that. Take 1 dice going forward dealing with the mirrors. Alright.
Should I roll the strength in melee to break a mirror?
Yes.
Cool.
Just so I know you're not bouncing off them
And do I add the +1 now or later?
after.
Okay. DC is 6, right?
Yep.
That's 3 successes.
You are not bouncing off them. You can absolutely crash them. You are going sort of through them though, because in order to smash them, you're following them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So she's gonna go,
To my 3 quiet ones, what are you doing?
as
I'm here. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go for it.
I was just saying, the spirit of the kaiju fight. I just want to make beelines for whatever the biggest targets are.
Okay. The biggest target you can actually see from here are the line of ogres that are about to invade from the edge of the forest. I will hold that thought for a second, though, because you've run into a bunch of she nobles.
Can I see the ogres?
Yes, they're big. They're troll-sized.
I wasn't sure if like they might be hidden by buildings or whatever.
No, the only thing that is hard to see is that shadow of those antlers, because it's not coming out of the forest.
Is there anyone else around me? Like any non-players around me?
Just the carnival goers who are setting up the mirrors, and they're going farther and farther away as Iris and Jack are smashing the mirrors. And the beetles. Technically, I suppose Anne and Madden are still standing there, too.
I don't know what to do. I guess I will help Iris and Jack smash some mirrors.
Sorry, can you repeat that, Mike?
I will help Iris and Jack smash some mirrors.
Okay. You actually already have a +1 to this because you have done your self-actualizing in the finale of last season. So, yeah. You already felt all those terrible things about yourself, and these mirrors hold no fear for you.
So what do I need to
Strength
roll?
and brawl, or strength and melee. So if you're using a weapon, use your melee. If you're just punching them, brawl.
I will use some type of weapon. Can I use my Anvil Buster?
Yeah.
Alright. So we add an extra dice to that, or does that reduce it by 2? I always forget. I'm sorry.
So when your Anvil Buster reduces by 2, the extra dice is just your bonus for doing self-actualization.
Okay. Seven successes.
Holy!
Nice.
So
I rolled 8 dice, and all of them except for 1 came up with 4 or higher.
So Anil, you've been like the emotional roller coaster has been strong for you already, and also like your friends are getting terrible memories thrown out at them. You can hear all this, by the way. So you just run up and start smashing mirrors right and left. You finally catch up to like the carnival people who are setting up these mirrors, and you grab the first one and you grab the mirror out of its hands and go, yuck!
I fucking like a wrestling move, like take the mirror and just smash it over the carnival, like smash it over their head.
Okay.
Like and just fucking knock them out.
As you do this, you manage to see the end point of this because you have caught up with where they're going to lead you with these mirrors. And it's real uncomfortable because it looks like they're going to do some sort of sacrifice.
Not on my watch. What the fuck do I need to do to stop them?
Roll me another perception and alertness, please.
I have a question. Are they coming behind Annunciata?
Yes.
Okay. I have a 2-part action.
Okay.
3 successes.
Okay. You, from your vantage point here, you can see the antlered thing if you haven't seen it already, or more clearly. It's the shadow is definitely bigger than the thing that's casting it, but you don't know what the light source is that's casting that shadow either. And the animal smell is stronger. Gray.
Yes.
Alterna Gray says fuck and uses hopscotch and leaps off the top of the carousel and lands in the middle of the teacups.
Gray is going after them.
Okay.
Like diving after them. What can I use?
You can also use hopscotch.
I know I
Yeah.
have hopscotch.
You can also use Quicksilver, which is technically a faster way to do that, but you know.
Just trying to find it.
Alternate Gray is attempting to be dramatic more than efficient.
Is this behind Anne or is
You
this
should-
in front of
You should
Anne?
cast gun.
And technically.
I don't
Okay,
have
that's,
a gun.
Oh, that's the other game.
That's the
Also,
other game.
Sorry,
What's the
I'm
other
gonna
game?
pause really quickly. Anne, what did you want to do? You had a 2-part action you wanted to take.
Because they're coming up from behind and she can hear Jack, Iris, and Anil in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
She can hear them trying to herd them.
Yes.
She's using the staff that Anil made to thwap them back because she will turn to have her back to theirs.
Okay.
And then she's going to do in her mind that favorite of all cards flipped in her head. And she says, I am going to be the tower. And she will cast Terror of Long Night.
Okay.
So just let me know when I need to roll.
So you're going to use your Fae, your Winter, and your Glamour for that. Difficulty
And-
6.
Perfect. Six crit.
Okay. Absolutely. The people behind you start to panic. You can hear this wail of fear, and you can hear them begin to try and retreat from you. And there's this crackle of ice in the air because here every spell you cast comes with the sensation of magic, not just the power it gives you. When you cast Hopscotch and Wayfair, there's this burning wind that goes by as the fire crackles. You can smell the smoke and see the glitter. It's everything is more intense here in the dreaming.
And we'll keep walking forward to disperse them to give Jack, Iris, and Anil more time to work on what they're doing. And she'll start walking around casting this.
Okay. Cool. Great. Sorry.
I'm going to cast Quicksilver and like dive straight for Alterna Gray and like try and tackle them to the ground.
Okay. Roll me some dexterity and athletics, and I will allow you to add your successes on your Quicksilver to essentially your successes on the dexterity athletics.
I have to re-roll because I was trying to go as you were talking and then I lost track.
That's
So
fine. I
I'm-
totally understand.
So I'm rolling
Do your
Quicksilver first?
Yes.
Or okay. So Quicksilver will be the Wayfair plus
Your glamour
Glamour.
plus your Fae, Quicksilver, glamour, successes, then add that to your dexterity athletics.
a. And then when we roll Glamour, do we roll the remaining pips we have left?
Total.
Total.
Total, but you still have to spend it to use your powers.
Got it. Okay. Sorry. I don't use a lot of spells.
I know.
Except for now.
Right. We did end in a big fight, so I tried to produce big fighty things.
No ones this time.
Yeah!
It's a 6.
Hey.
So that gives me 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
That is enough successes to tackle Alterna Gray to the ground. You slam sort of into the teacup ride, and it does kind of hurt because you're slamming into things, but
Going the
Right.
speed
you
of sound.
damage them more than you damage yourself. You're using them as the cushion.
Oh, good. Gray is going to say, it's time to stop singing.
There is venom and fear in their eyes, and they do stop singing, though. You successfully do that. And Alterna Gray looks at you and goes, I should have been the one who survived. You left me.
That's going to make Gray, like, real sad. And Gray's just going to be like, I never left you.
It doesn't matter.
And Gray's actually going to hug Alterna Gray and just be like, I'm sorry.
This is some Persona shit. I love it.
That's sweet. Actually, that's a really good idea with this particular character. Roll either charisma and empathy or manipulation and empathy, and tell me your successes. And while you do that, I'm going to run over to Lakoka really quick. Lakoka, you managed to set a whole bunch of things on fire behind you, and Fia is delighted. However, you have now wandered into a tea party, essentially. It's not quite that, it's a banquet. And one of the older gentlemen with flowing white hair and an impressively like curled mustache and long beard stands up. He goes, "You are intruding, pillar of fire. Sit down." And he uses dictum, which is a sovereign power. And
I feel like as a lesbian, dictum should not work on me.
I feel that. However, you can spend a point of willpower to delay complying with dictum and act of your own volition.
Yeah, I'll do that.
What you feel, though, is that Fia doesn't comply with the dictum because her rank is higher than his. So what you feel is this pressure to separate from Fia because the two of you have two different skill sets.
I have a dumb question.
Mm-hmm.
Because she cannot be inflicted with a cantrip that causes them to look foolish or to humiliate them.
Yes.
Would this command fall under that, though? Because if it does, then Iris' grandmother wouldn't be affected.
Iris' grandmother isn't affected anyways. It's just Lakoka that's affected.
Okay.
But also this would be a manners thing. So complying with propriety can't really make you look foolish.
I was just double checking because, like, I'm one of two. I am the one of two resident she.
Yes. The other, like, some of the stuff, if it was like proving that they were lying or like a Puka's prank was going to like tear their dress or something like that, all of that stuff would be resisted.
Yeah, this also gives Michelle information of maybe this actually isn't Iris' grandmother, but it's Iris' grandmother.
Yeah, no, you're good. Anil, in the darkness, the shadow moves, and I keep trying to throw my dice at myself.
Been there, done that.
The carnival barker's voice announces over everything that is happening right now, and it's time for the knife show.
So what do I see happen? Anything?
Yep. A whole bunch of knives from all around the carnival just start flying through the air.
Towards
Everyone and everything. Admittedly, they will fall when their momentum rolls out, so they're not just like, flying keys from Harry Potter. They're thrown with force from the exterior of the carnival.
okay. Can I see who might be in the most danger, like from our party?
Yes. Everyone.
Well, who's in the most amount of like who is?
Lakoka can take. can probably bounce most things off her, so you don't need to worry about Lakota
Yeah.
and Fia. Jack's dad is running after Jack currently, so there's a 12-foot angry she-man after him, so Jack is probably okay. Nuncia Cotta can probably hear the knives, but can't see where they're coming from. And Iris has a lot of fire, but isn't necessarily protected from things like knives. Gray and Alterna Gray are in amongst a ride, so there's at least some protection from the actual like teacups to dodge behind.
So I'm going to use Primal to, oh gosh, I forget what it's called. The bark skin.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Oaken Shields.
Yeah,
Oaken Shields.
I love that.
Because I have 3 pips in Primal, so Oaken Shields. On Iris.
Okay.
How do I, does that use a point of glamour, 2 points of glamour? Do I need to roll for it?
1 point of glamour.
1 point of, all right. So I'm going to use that on Iris.
Right.
So like a coating of birchwood just like crawls up her skin and just like eventually coats her whole body.
Okay. So what you're going to roll is your Fey and your Primal and your Glamour, your total Glamour, and then you're going to spend a Glamour to do this.
Three successes.
Great. Iris, you have gained 3 extra bruised health levels above what you have. At this point, I need everybody to attempt to avoid the knives with a dexterity and an athletics. Gray, you can move the difficulty down 2 with your slippery skill.
Is dexterity and athletics, you said?
Yep.
Can I tank it or just activate Dragon's Ire?
Oh, please tank it. This is absolutely what Dragon's Ire is for.
Sweet.
4 is also what I got for my charisma.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me.
And it's dexterity and
athletics.
oh, it's something fun.
Yeah. Just a 1. I got nothing but a 1. I got a 1, a 3, and a 2. So, you know.
I got a 2, a 10, and a 9.
Okay.
Do
Okay.
you want me to roll for it, or would Dragon's Ire 3 cover that?
Dragon's Ire 3 is going to cover it because unfortunately Dragon's Ire is a little bit broken at times, and if it was a different power I would have to like argue with it, but your difficulty rating is a 10, so you know.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Too many people in a fight with Dragon's Ire is just a bunch of people punching each other and going, eh.
It's just an anime fight, like, no matter how hard you slug.
So basically, there's this level where only 10s hit you, and anyways, for everybody, Iris, you're actually fine because I only rolled 3 successes on my attack here, but everybody below this, you're going to take 2 lethal of damage, and you're now bleeding. Except Lakota over there, who's just, knives? What knives? No knives.
You call that a knife? That's no knife.
Exactly.
This is a knife.
When I was Anil noticed that there was some kind of altar thing. Is that something that the people smashing mirrors would have noticed also?
Once you get up to where Anil is, yes, you can find that out because Anil's essentially stopped the smashing, stopped the mirror putting up.
Are we talking about like some like Weeb's Funko Pop altar to Loki, or like an altar to Huitzilopochtli where we like rip the still beating hearts out of the chests of men.
Definitely the second one.
Cool. I picked the two very opposite ends of that spectrum, and you went for the bad one. That's good to know.
I wouldn't say bad. Brings you rain.
It mostly just brings you favor in war as you get more hearts for your, god of death. But that's fair.
Heck.
Mhm.
I rolled a 1. Does anything else happen to me?
Oh, and Neil botched, I think.
Yeah, I botched.
Oh, you botched.
Just a 1.
Oh dear.
I got a 1, a 2, and a 3. I botched.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you'd botched. I thought you had one success, so I was just like,
Nope.
all right.
Nope, I botched.
So what happens is, actually, know what happens. The knives move with the momentum and push you forward into the altar. And as the blood goes down into the altar, you hear it sizzle, and then you hear something growl.
That's not good.
Gray.
I definitely don't regret playing honestly.
As you hug your Alterna self, there's this moment of melding, and it's not that you had forgotten this person, nor that this person wasn't a part of your journey. It was just that echo of hurt that had always existed there. And you hear in your mind, you're going to need me. Because not all challenges come in honor.
And Gray is going to reply saying, and when I need you, I'll have you. Because I'll never forget.
You need to run. The Fearbulg is in the wood. And as you hear that, Alterna Gray fades into you, and there's this tiny bit of sharpness in your mind. That was them. Which just leaves Annunciata with actually no way out of this carnival. Because the rest of you could, in fact, just hop the fence and nope.
You can't leave behind the ambassador of bats.
Gotta die sometime, kids.
We don't have a motley. Do we have a motley nickname?
I don't think so.
The Young Doppelgangers.
That's my band.
Yeah, I know.
You're not in my band.
I play the drums.
No,
So you said that when Neil's blood got on the altar, Neil heard growling. Do other people hear growling? Is
Yep.
it like glowing?
Oh, but everybody can see the horns now.
How big are they? How far away are they?
They're still out in the woods. But a circle of 6 ogres have come to the edge of the altar and are prepared to hold Anil down.
How close? Like, are they like? How far away, like, from Anil are they? Like, imminently gonna hold down, or like gonna rush in and hold down?
You probably have about 1 action before they can get there.
Okay.
They
All
also,
I have is
just
fear.
so you can see what they're like, ogres are interesting creatures.
There's many layers to them, I hear.
Yeah,
Sorry, I heard Fearbulg and I'm fucking terrified now.
Also, does Gray see what's happening to Anil?
You haven't looked yet because but you can absolutely roll a perception alertness.
Are they
I have an action before the ogres grab me.
Everybody can have 1 action, but give me 1 second to describe ogres to you so you know what you're facing. Ogres are huge, dumb, and dangerous, though many of them are indistinguishable from trolls. They are wholly without honor and no hope of redeeming themselves, even if they wanted to. Ogres are bullies and only respect the strong, ruthless, and mean. Ogres are less picky than most about where their meat comes from and have been known to take a snack break in the middle of a fight. So, just good luck. They have no care for social niceties, they do not understand complicated politics, and they fight among themselves for leadership roles.
That's fair. I also don't understand complicated politics. I would like to take this opportunity to call out to my good buddy Jeremiah.
Okay?
Um,
Jeremiah has clown paint on right now.
yeah, that sounds about right.
Poor Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, I'm very sorry to call you to this horrible place and to subject you to what you're currently being subjected to. We're in a hell carnival and I'm out of magic. Anything you can do, bud.
Da 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 da. I am your singing telegram. I can't.
You sold me that you contain part of my power that I'd forgotten about. So I'm just kind of hoping you got something in the tank because I am empty, bud. And there are 6 ogres in a firbolg.
He looks at you like, I mean, he looks at the ogres, looks at you, goes, better find some art.
How close is Anil and Jack to Anne?
Anil is the farthest distance from everybody because they got catapulted by the knives. Jack is probably pretty close to you at this point because once you started enacting your winter powers on everyone, you didn't have a huge difficulty catching up with them, especially not with Madden acting as like directional eyeballs.
Okay. Is there any way to pass him 3 glamour? Jack.
I'm trying to think. Yes. Well, there's not a way to pass him 3 glamour that way very easily. I'm trying to think. Does anybody have any treasures they don't care that much about?
At time, I can make a tree that gives you glamour, but I don't have time.
I mean, technically, I have a fuck ton of treasures.
Cool. You can technically sacrifice those for glamour. You lose them.
Yeah. I am going to reach into my pocket and I am going to pull out it's a pocket watch from just my family line.
Okay.
And I'm going to burn it to get. I just need 1, I think, for what I've got planned.
I need to check your sheet really quickly. Because treasures are a technical thing that exists on the sheet. And I can't remember what I gave you.
Oh, I don't know. I assumed it fell under resources.
Nope. They are a specific thing.
Because I don't see that on my, specifically the word treasures anywhere on my sheet then.
Should be right under resources. No, it's under backgrounds. You have to enter it in manually.
Then I don't have treasures there. I have resources, dreamers, title, chimera, and political connections.
Yep, and you've already used your dreamers before going in.
Yeah.
You know what?
Anil would like to do something.
Okay.
I mean, hell, I'll burn the spear for this.
That is an actual treasure.
Anil, what are you gonna do though before I burn my only weapon?
Oh God! All right, so Anil is going to reach into her pockets and pull out 2 cold iron rods
Oh, God.
hold them in her hands. Because remember, I have cold iron on me at all points in time.
You do.
And say, I will take any one of you motherfuckers out with me.
Okay. As you do, the dreaming shudders around you, and there is an angry shuddering from the land itself.
I will I don't care.
Okay. Just reminding you.
Yeah, I'm aware that this is fucking everything up and will not be good for me in the long run, but will definitely not be good for them in the short run.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break because I feel like that's a nicely dramatic moment. So we'll see you all in 10 minutes. Bye. City has gotten too crowded. And now there's only one way out. Follow the highway north, on past Barry, all the way to Sudbury, but stay on the lighted path. Never go beyond the Kine and their settlements, because out there, well, that's lupine territory, and they don't like us much. But whatever's in Sudbury, whatever's there, has pushed them out. And now, it's our turn. Not all darknesses are the same, and not all things frighten all people. You never know what's behind closed doors, or what secrets you may find. And who knows, if we're very lucky, the clouds may part and we'll see the stars. Coming this Saturday at 1 p.m. to Archives of the Dragon.
Welcome to Project Trailblazer. A little over 600 years ago, the species of the Milky Way decided to step boldly out into the darkness. They decided to cast off the shackles of the familiar and venture into the quiet between the stars. And on the other side of the void, they found Andromeda. They found the Helios cluster. There they found that the promise of golden worlds was a lie, and instead of perfect colony worlds ready to be settled, they found hellscapes that would have tested the mettle of even our most legendary heroes. They found hostile aliens bent on creating their own personal ethno-state, and they found the Scourge, a mysterious cloud of dark energy fully capable of ripping even the sturdiest ships to shreds. But along with the trials and tribulations, there were triumphs. Ark Hyperion was the first to arrive, carrying the Pathfinder Sarah Ryder and her crew. Together, they braved the wilds of Helios, discovered the intricate vault system in the Remnant, forgotten vestiges of the enigmatic Jardan. They met with and formed alliances with the indigenous Agara, who, along with the Remnant, were creations of the Jardan, and with their help, they broke the back of the Ket incursion. 10 years has passed since Pathfinder Ryder disembarked onto the Nexus, and in that time the other Arks have arrived as well, each with their own hardships and fresh traumas. The Quarian Ark, the Keylesea, being the last to arrive with perhaps the most disturbing tale of all. Relations with the Angara remain good years after arrival, and Ket sightings have gone down. Even the Scourge seems to be behaving, but despite this relative good fortune, people are, well, getting bored. No one came to Andromeda for an easy life. They came to find the unknown and either befriend it or punch it in the face. But of course, you know all this. After all, you joined the initiative. And whatever your private and personal reasons were, you do at least contain that core desire for adventure. With that in mind, Nexus Station is assembling a team to travel outside of the Helios cluster to see what is to be seen. Probes have been sent out beyond the cluster, each one equipped with an AI and a tracking beacon. Your mission is to venture out into the unknown, find what other life might be out there, find any other potential golden worlds, avoid the Ket, and, if possible, learn the origins of the Scourge. The four of you have been chosen for your unique skills, knowledge, and adaptability. You'll be equipped with the second best ship the Initiative has got. We'll be sending you out to the Mile 2 cluster right next door. We have no idea what you're going to find out there, but that's half the fun. Say your goodbyes, get a good night's sleep, and get ready to set sail, Trailblazers. The galaxy is called, and it's up to you to answer. Good luck.
We picked up these four in Andromeda. You should see their service records. Sombra Sergal, aka The Experiment. Since arriving in Andromeda, they've been on a rampage across the galaxy in a quest for extreme thrills and science. Aviva Nar Vera, exile, thief, wanted on over a dozen counts of sneaking.
What the hell?
Alumi Druis has been traveling recently as Aviva Nar Vera's personal distraction / battering ram. Project 641474, also known as Galatea.
Who called her that?
Herself, mostly. They're wanted largely on charges of tinkering, tailoring, and surgery.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
They call themselves the Trailblazers.
What a bunch of a-holes.
and thank you for sticking with us during the break. So glad to have you, and we are going to pick up with Anil botching into a sacrificial altar with some iron. Let's go. So, one
hey,
action.
Anil. Oh, sorry. Anil, did you decide on which of those two titles you liked better?
The Indomitable.
Great. Spectre, I would like to sacrifice my spear and use that glamour to cast the nickname cantrip to... I thought that was 2. I think 3 is Saining, where I know that...
The spear is 3 dots of glamour.
Oh, nice! I only need the 1 for now.
So you have to break the spear in order to do this. Roll me a strength and something brawl? Some brawl, melee. Roll me a strength and something.
Strength and... I mean, yeah, it's going to be brawl or athletics, and those are both the same thing. So I'm rolling 3 dice for this.
You only need 1.
Oh, that's what I got. I rolled an 8, a 5, and a 2.
It's a strong spear, but it's not a dragon's iron forced spear, so it gives you a little bit of trouble, but you do eventually manage to slam it against something. And as you do, there's this howl of the elements and ice and fire and wind and snow, and it all hits your senses, and then it seems to like smack you in the face.
Yep.
And you feel a lot better.
Yep, like I just took a shot of espresso. Shit, that feels good.
Jeremiah's like, see, the magic was within you all along.
Yeah. Thanks, Jeremiah. You're a big help. I love you very much. I'm going to slap a hand down on Anil's shoulder and say, hey, Anil, guess what? You're now the Indomitable. Fuck shit up. And I will spend that point of glamour, and it's glamour, naming, and fey?
Yes.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Is my threshold a 6?
Yes.
Then I got 4.
Great. So, how naming works is this gives you extra bonuses on your challenges related to being indomitable, essentially. Sorry, I'm pushing back into the naming bunks myself so that I can tell you what it says.
I think the duration is based on how many successes I get, but I don't know exactly how long it is per each success.
You are indomitable for a month.
Shit!
Noise.
That's a good long time.
Lunar month or calendar month?
I don't think it'll matter.
However, it does have a downside to it. If applied to a changeling, mortal, or other sentient creature, the target cannot regain willpower unless they act in accordance with the spirit of the nickname.
Just don't be defeated and you'll be fine.
Don't be a wimp. Just go lose.
Don't give it to authority.
Jack, as you're doing this, your dad comes up and looks down at Jeremiah and goes, you really never did get rid of your old toys, did you?
Nope. Can't beat the classics, Dad.
Jeremiah's like, you got larger. So much larger. Lakoka, since you are the farthest away from this fight, I want to ask you what you'd like to do.
I want to haul ass and fight some ogres.
Okay, you are a pillar of fire coming through. And burn another willpower to avoid just sitting down.
Okay.
All right. Gray, Annunciata, and Iris, you all get one action you can take here before it. The ogres arrive to pin Neil down.
Gray got a 3 on the perception check you asked.
Okay, so you can see the Fearbulk Now, it is a very tall, very lithe, very muscular, butt naked woman with horns curling out of her hair.
Okay, the perception check was for Anil specifically.
Okay. So you can see Anil on the but there's something between the altar and the Fearbulk that you can see. There's a connection between the two.
Okay.
It's like it feels like I'm trying to think. A suction tube?
Okay. Gray wants to get to Anil.
Okay. That'll probably take the action temporarily.
Can I get there without magic, or do I need?
Yeah,
to
you
use
can
my
absolutely
steps?
get there without magic currently.
So Gray is going to scream Anil's name and then just go bolting for her.
Okay. Absolutely. Annunciata. What would you like to do?
Do I even know what's going on?
Madden can definitely tell you. You can smell the blood too.
Oh, okay. And how far am I away from him?
Running distance?
Flying distance.
Faster.
And I still have that cantrip of winter, correct?
Yes.
She'll extend her wings and fly.
Okay. Madden will give you an approximate direction and then distance and tell you where to go. Although, admittedly, as you fly forward, you can feel yourself begin to shudder because there's exposed iron there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not hard the closer you get. So you end up just above Anil, exuding your winter power.
And she'll do what she can to blast it towards the Arglers.
Okay. Iris.
I think I'm going to use Summer,
Okay.
and I'm going to create inspiring emotions for all of us. Specifically, and I'm going to think of I have to think of a good emotion. Pride, power, being a badass mother who don't take no shit from nobody. And she's gonna create this around the Motley, giving, and I don't have to roll for it or anything. It just gives everyone a -1 to their difficulty for anything they're doing that invokes this emotion.
Okay. So
I'm being the support class.
spend your glamour for that, but other than that.
Oh, it doesn't use glamour.
Oh. How?
Liquor fire. It's the first one.
Sometimes I hate you, Changeling, for your inconsistency and how your powers are. I don't disbelieve you. It's just.
I could be wrong. Like it's page 227.
Thank you. Much faster.
And I'm gonna use Faye and C
Okay.
to affect only my friends.
All right.
Iris has friends. Her mom would be so disappointed.
So technically, no bunk says that it uses glamour, which is why all of them do. Because Aphrodisia also doesn't say it uses glamour.
I wish this was. I wish that this was consistent.
Me too.
I'll mark the point off. I've got the point to spend.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I really don't like about Changeling Powers is that it's just maybe?
Do-do-do. Now how many seasons have we been playing this? There's an entire
This is
page. This is an entire page about how I can mess this up. Do-do-do. I'm not doing an unleashing. Do-do-do.
You can still do it. Like it.
Yeah, I'm just
absolutely
double
goes on.
checking to make sure that I'm going to roll it because it's the page on using these cantrips also mentions a roll. No, chimerical cantrips don't. Word cantrips do. Using a realm or level of a realm the character doesn't possess increases the total cost. I don't know if I need to roll for it. It's so weird.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna say
Okay.
it's fine. Just
Okay.
because.
Okay. Yeah. Now you have to add nightmare dice to your dice pool too.
Mm-hmm. However, we're good right this particular second.
Okay.
So
Okay. I'm sorry.
no one is resisting your roll. Is my point. So there's nothing
Yeah.
here to like
Yeah.
resist.
So she's gonna make it so everything everyone does that involves pride, power, and being a badass motherfucker has a -1 to difficulty.
Cool. From the darkness, a blast of winter air comes out, and the Firbolg is going to use Hardened Heart on the ogres. Okay. The ogres do not run in panic from Anne. You can put them down to being too dumb to run. Which brings us to Anil. What would you like to do?
Anil would like to, with all of her might, with all of her power, take one of these iron rods and drive it into the altar
Okay, absolutely.
and leave it embedded in there.
All right.
So I'm definitely going to be using the Anvil Buster because I think there's nothing more appropriate than this.
Yep.
Can I do crafts to figure out like where the most effective place to break it would be?
I can go for that. So do an intelligence craft to find its weak spot.
And I get an extra dice
Mm-hmm.
because this involves power, right? Oh, do I get anything else for being indomitable?
So the Indomitable gives you, I believe, an extra dice.
Okay. I will roll a number of dice then.
Yes, many. So many pages.
8 successes.
Okay, it absolutely works. Welcome. So you slam one of your iron rods down into the altar. Now you don't slam into the center of the altar where the pool, like the bottom of the bowl, would be, but you slam farther back into a spot that seems to have like a drain going through it. And you think, this will shatter this. And then it tears a hole in reality. Good job. And
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
the altar starts to fall through the hole into the mortal world. I will give everybody an opportunity to catch Anil before Anil goes through to the other side as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do that. I'm
I think
right
both of us would.
there. I'm literally standing right there.
I'm just above him.
Yep.
Or them
Over.
or her. Yeah.
I think all of us are just gonna just go. Yep.
Yeah. What do I roll to do that?
Strength and athletics,
How
and or you could. I'm trying to think. You could knock into them with Quicksilver, like go real fast and knock them out of the tear in reality here. Or I suppose you could command the tear in reality to not exist because it's that kind of place.
I did make Anil indomitable, so I'm gonna command the tear in reality to just fucking not.
Okay, so what you're going to use is guest list. This is an inappropriate thing to be happening at this event.
Okay, so that's sovereign.
Yes. Do you happen to have nature or prop?
I have at least one in all of the realms.
Oh, good. Then you're going to use nature. You are going to command nature to not do that.
Okay. So that's sovereign, glamour, and nature.
Great.
Okay. Shit. 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 10.
10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
So Anil, what happens is the altar falls through onto some unsuspecting humans and you fall flat on the ground. It hurts. And there is a blood-curdling scream from out in the woods.
I just raise my middle finger and just just as high as I can, which is off screen here.
And roll me a Dex Athletics.
Dex Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. This is significantly less dice than I just rolled. Feels bad. Only rolling 5 dice. Do I get an additional dice for Indomitable /
You definitely get your self-fulfillment dice. Anybody who's gone through their self-fulfillment here can have your extra dice, which is currently everybody but Annunciacata.
I should have rolled 11 dice then. I feel cheated.
And would the DC be down by 1?
Yes.
What are we rolling for?
Anil is rolling to
only 3 successes.
Not fall flat on her face.
That's not what you're rolling for. Unfortunately, in all of the chaos of this, you do not end up back in reality, which is great. But you do give an ogre enough time to pick you up and just yeet you towards the forest.
Fucking worth it.
You go flying towards there. You fly over the fence because they have that kind of strength. This is like when we had a troll, when they tried to yeet you into things. Yeah, it's that kind of yeeting. And yeah, you're in the forest now. Hi.
Where the antlers are coming from.
Yep.
Good thing I still got one cold iron bar with me. I'll fucking stab them. I don't care.
Anyways, everyone else. Neil, the Fear Bowl will be there in a minute. You have 6 ogres and missing Anil. Jack, your dad goes, "That's not very nice." And he's going to roll some strength in melee.
I forgot that my dad was here in my excitement over having magic again.
Your dad watched you command a tear in the world to close it up.
Hey, listen, I have one more glamour left and I plan to use it.
I'm pretty sure he's proud of you.
He is proud of you. He, on the other hand, is about to use a big sword. Big sword.
It's okay. I have magic. My dad has big sword.
Yep.
Cast big sword.
Sorry, I need to roll some dice for him.
I'm just gonna cast my favorite cantrip, gun.
Well, he didn't get many successes on his sovereign roll, but that's okay. So, but he did get many, many successes on his smack with sword. So he takes the sword in a big arc, and he hits 3 of the ogres, and he's like, "You are not allowed in this place. Who gave you the right?" And because he has prop and big sword and sovereign, he has enacted his guest list upon those 3 ogres.
Nice.
Fia says to Lukoka, "I haven't burned ogres in a while. It smells terrible."
I bet they taste bad. They might taste better charred.
You want them roasted? I do remember you did like roasting.
She knows me well.
Let's go get some barbecue. And she is going to move forward with the pyretics. Would you like to? She does not actually have a weapon currently because you.
She can borrow one of my many ones.
Well, no, you are the weapon currently. She is the power. So, if you would like to choose a weapon, she will choose some pyretics to do.
Cool. I mean, based on my configuration, I'm always kind of triple wielding, so.
Yep. So.
All right, General Grievous.
I know, right?
No, because listen, right? I'm buff enough to carry like a chainsaw and a scythe in each arm, but I have a prehensile tail, so that's where I'm swinging the troll skull hammer.
Okay. She's going to start using Engulf. Roll me strength and melee, please.
Strength and melee.
Mm-hmm.
My 12 dice.
Jesus.
Fucking Christ. Did you add in your self-actualization?
Well, that's with
dice?
my self-actualization, but not with like the full Dragon's Ire complement. Does that tack on anything to it?
No, your Dragon's Ire makes things stronger, so their resist to it is irrelevant.
You're also a badass mother.
Yes.
So you get an extra dice from that.
Yes.
It's not an extra die. It's the DC goes down by 1.
Oh, sorry.
Its difficulty gets a minus
5.
1.
It's 10.
Jesus Lord. Well, unfortunately, the engulf does not hit as many people as your triple wielding thing starts doing. You do technically have 4 arms, and you discover that you can wield her arms as well as yours. So
I am General Grievous.
it's interesting because of course you're back to back at this point, and so it's an interesting like backwards motion to use her arms but it's really great if you get surrounded.
Love it.
So you are barbecuing. What would everyone else like to do?
I haven't heard from Annunciata in a bit.
I have no idea what to do at the moment. No, if Neil's safe, she'll probably land and start beating up ogres if she can. But that's all I got.
Emil's nowhere near y'all. Y'all don't have sight on Emil.
Anne doesn't have sight.
Yep.
Metaphorical sights.
Anne doesn't even know Anil's gone.
Ray, you're supposed to be indomitable, but you just got fucking schooled.
You just got tossed.
I
Dwarf
should have
toss.
gotten another dice from that, but that's
Oh,
fine.
well.
If no one else has anything that they immediately want to do, I would like to cast Terror of the Long Night on the Firbolg.
Okay.
Ooh.
Technically, you're going to have to yeet yourself over the fence to do that because they're 2 different scenal areas.
Then I'm going to ask my dad to hurl me.
Okay. Goes
because I only have one glamour left, so I can't wayfare my way over there.
Do you mind if I like what's the phrase? Join in on the yeeting beating?
Oh no. I absolutely do what you want. I was just gonna, toss him.
I think she wants to also be tossed.
I would like to be an additional passenger.
Oh, absolutely. I haven't done 2-arm tossing. Don't tempt me to juggle.
How about we just hold on to each other and you do like a hammer toss?
Okay. All right. He goes, hang on. I think there are more ogres coming, so we got to do this quick.
All right. Iris, hold on tight.
All right. He does pretty well with it. It's a 5 success. So he lifts both of you relatively easily, given that he can wield his enormous sword. And he goes, okay, everybody ready?
Yes.
Hyonk! And you go flying through the air. Unfortunately, there is a smaller problem with this in that the ogre is actually smaller than your dad. So, like, they're big and then he's bigger.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you do kind of hit a couple of tree branches on your way through before landing about 30 feet from Anil.
That's fair. Do I take any more damage?
You take a level of bruising damage on this.
Can I try doing the Black Widow superhero landing?
Dexterity athletics.
I get 1 die for self-actualizing. That's 2 zeros, a 9, and a 5.
You do the superhero landing. Annunciata, you can hear the debate about how to go get Anil start happening. You can hear the discussion about like dwarf tossing Iris and Jack. Madden runs up behind you, like below you, and goes, so the altar got thrown through reality. Anil has cold iron. Anil is over the fence. And there's a whole bunch of ogres. And this place is so bleak. Holy shit.
You better go help them.
Goes, no, because I promised Iris I would be with you.
I haven't found what I needed. You
Yep.
all did. Go
And
help them.
So I'm gonna stay with you. Look, you started dating a Fiona. You don't get to be surprised that I am suicidally romantic.
How is this suicidally romantic?
Well, I mean, if you never figure it out, we're going to be stuck here for eternity, and that,
Look, they need you. They need your sword. You better hurry.
Nope. Nope. I love you. Because look, if we have to fight ogres for the rest of eternity until you figure it out, I'm here for you.
Yeah, but okay, well, at least help the others over the fence.
No. Annunciata, at some point you're going to have to believe in something. You can't just be an ice cube. I love your ice cube, but you cannot, you do not have to do this alone.
Do what alone?
Well, if I leave, then you'll be here in this forest forever until you figure it out. And the dreaming doesn't work like, well, I'll just walk down the road and they'll be at the end of the road eventually. We could be literally anywhere if I leave you.
Well, it is. Why are you?
Because I love you.
Yeah, well, you're kind of. You trying to make me feel emotions.
I don't know. Are you feeling emotions? I'm always feeling emotions.
How do you feel emotions?
Goes, look, if I was a person, I would be tuxedo mask, like, but instead I'm a she.
I'm sure as hell not Sailor Moon.
No, Lord, Usagi is wonderful and I love her, but her human self is just overwhelming.
Not wrong. Okay, well, at least can we help others over to get to Anil?
Sure.
Apparently, what I'm hearing is big, horrible thing.
I don't know if Madden knows what it is, so there's something out there.
Yes, so we gotta get everyone over there.
Okay. Madden turns around. He goes, so I'm not leaving, but anybody else want, like, passage towards Anil?
I think Gray's the only one that's left.
Yeah, Gray's the only one that's left. Everyone else.
Gray's been running for Anil this whole time.
So, yeah, Gray, you absolutely can just vault over the fence at this point.
Yeah.
Everyone else has been yoting.
Technically, Lakoka and Fia are still there, though, just smashing ogres. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say they were challenging, but Lakoka's Dragon Ire rating is such that most of the time they bounce off of Lakoka. Lakoka, what I will say about this is because there are so many ogres around right now, you take 2 levels of bashing, largely because I suspect that if I rolled 7 rolls of their, like, strength rating, I would get a couple of 10s.
Cool.
If Anne can get Lakoka's attention to try and point to where Anil is and whatever is making the big loud noise and stuff, she'll be like, challenge?
Fia goes, can we leave your friend here?
Asking me?
Yep.
Do I see the Firbolg from here now?
Yep. I mean, from your perspective, strong, naked woman with horns.
Yeah. There's probably like the 3 Mississippis of crickets chirping. And then I want to let out like a big like King Ghidorah screech.
All right.
Take to the air, like right at the Firbolg's face.
Poor Anne. If you would like to do this, I suppose it's a performance check. Charisma and performance.
Of which I have 0.
Chorizo.
Okay, that's 1 success on 2 dice.
Well, fortunately, it's not loud enough to, like, damage Annunciacata. So, it's not your best performance, but then also you didn't damage your friend either.
Hey, Rex. So I would like to take up to the sky.
Okay.
Can my wings lift me in this form?
There's an answer to this. No. But it's because you feel incomplete. You're unbalanced.
There's an answer to this. No.
No. All right, yeah, I'll just take off in the Firbolg's direction.
Okay. Pillar of fire. You just blast through the fence like... Everyone, you see the Firbolg in a lot more clarity right now because there's just a literal column of fire just with 4 arms and 2 heads coming towards you.
I would like to do 2 things. One is a magic thing. One is just a shouting thing.
Okay.
The shouting thing I would like to do is to shout for my dad to come on, let's get the hell out of here. And the magic thing is I would like to cast Terror of the Long Nights on the Firbolg.
Okay.
Does the Firbolg count as Fey as far as realms go?
Yes.
Okay, then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. What's my DC?
Sorry. This thing is 9.
A 9. Okay, then 1, 2.
So it's naturally a 10?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Firbolgs be like that.
It's still 7 successes.
I love that
God
for
damn.
you.
Thank you.
The Firbolg blinks. looks confused. Like, what are you? And it reaches for a weapon it's got strapped and then decides better of it and starts to vanish back into the forest.
As it does that, I'm just going to like stand there in like a tough guy pose and stare it down because I am now out of magic again. This is all I got. I have no weapon and no magic. I just have bluff now.
Jack. Which name do you prefer?
Whichever one won't make my mom kill me.
Jack.
Yep, that's the one.
Nobody's gonna believe you ever did that.
So now that everybody but Madden and Annunciata are standing in the woods, you have a small problem. You have wandered into the woods off the path.
Yeah.
So you have a very limited amount of time before the landscape shifts.
Has Gray finally caught up to everyone?
Yes, absolutely. Gray has caught up.
Good. Gray is gonna throw themselves at Anil and be like sobbing. And then before Anil can say anything, Gray is then going to shove Anil and be like, "You dumb motherfucker."
Anil, I would recommend shelving your other piece of iron.
So Anil do whatever Anil's gonna do.
I would do that, and Neil would be like, "It fucking worked, though."
Gray's gonna like be laughing and crying and like, "I should fucking kill you. I'm so angry with you."
That's fine. I expected to die anyways. I'm good.
Let's just give them their space.
No, we should actually all go back through the hole that Annunciata burned in the fence because we don't want to be out in like just the Feywilds when the landscape goes screwy because we'll lose each other. We should get back and then take the road out.
But
Annunciata, there's nothing but the sound of destruction and burning and screaming around you. It feels overwhelming. It feels tiring. And Madden goes, "The dreaming never used to be like this. Oh, sure, it was wild, chaotic. But it never used to be so hard."
What we became. What we had to do to survive. Hard.
Behind you, you hear the voice of the person who took your tickets originally. He goes, "Tickets, please."
I don't have anything anymore, I don't think.
This is the forest of lost dreams. Tickets, please.
She'll go into her pocket to see what she's got.
What card do you pull?
She already pulled the tower. That's what she became.
I understand. I want you to pull a card.
Oh, shit, Doki!
Believe in the heart of the cards.
Oh, fuck.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Prestoing a Karibo.
Tell me.
The devil.
Blue Eyes White Dragon, go!
Well, technically, that's actually an excellent card because the devil means change. The devil means change. And the Ticketmaster goes, "You're right. I think you'll find your ticket out of here. You just have to change."
Into what?
He goes, "You gotta find your ticket."
I've got to search down my pockets to find another ticket.
No, your ticket's never in your pockets. Your ticket's just your pocket manifests what you need to find in this place.
I gave you my first tarot deck.
Yeah. Shame you lost your hope and all that.
That's cruel.
No.
Yes.
People find themselves in this forest. The fact that they get stuck here means that they refuse to find it.
Kind of hard to find it when all the things are going around because I don't know where to look.
You don't need to see to find things in yourself.
You don't understand about survival, do you?
I survived just fine out here.
Have you now? How many tickets have you taken?
Because all of them, and tomorrow this carnival will be back. And those who still need to find themselves will go around again.
So I take it you want me to find myself.
I want you to find your ticket. Man goes, can you stop being an asshole to my girlfriend, please?
You want me to be the person I was.
No, I don't want you to be the person you were. The person you were young, naive, and foolish. What I want you to find is the piece of yourself you gave up to be less young, naive, and foolish. Because unfortunately, you can't just sell off pieces of yourself and be a whole person.
Kind of like the tarot deck.
Because I'm only telling you because your friends can all leave, including your boyfriend here.
I'm aware. I know.
He's a dumbass and won't leave you, but I respect that.
Because he's going to tell them they're all on the wrong path and they have to go that way.
They'll figure that out.
No, they won't.
He goes, I don't know. What gives you hope, Annunciata? Are you just determined to die?
To quote Hamilton, that's more like an old memory.
Yes. I think you're just going to have to believe that you're going to get out of this. And you're going to get your happily ever after.
Am I?
So, are you? Because you're the only one who can believe that.
You do realize that kind of. You know, I don't like to feel. It's weakness. It's vulnerability.
And so you dated a Fiona. Good job.
It wasn't. It happened.
Yeah. It's almost like you had those feelings.
Do you want me to admit that I'm weak or that I just can't feel?
No, I want you to find the bit of you that you lost. If you can fight me till tomorrow, till the next year, till the next time this place falls to ruin, you can stay here forever.
I'm not fighting you. I'm trying to understand a bit because it's a lot of things I've lost.
Yeah, but I only need you to find the one.
What's in your pocket?
And he reaches in his pocket. And he releases a single teardrop.
That's what it is. I can't cry.
He says, "Oh, my tears are for things I can't retrieve."
There was one little doll I had. Just taken from me. Is there one such thing around here?
He goes, "I can't go on your journey for you.
I'm not asking you to. I'm just asking if it's around.
I
I'll
don't know.
find it.
I don't control the carnival. I just take the tickets."
Fair.
And he fades back to the gate. And goes, "A doll. A doll?"
A doll.
Goes, "Stay there." And he, well, you can't tell, but he blurs. And everyone else in the forest can see him run off into the burning carnival by himself. And you start coming back towards it so that you don't get lost in the woods. And he comes back and he says, "I found something."
What?
He says, "You can have it, but you have to believe this is going to work out."
All right.
No, you can't just say that to me. You have to believe.
I don't say things I don't mean.
He goes, "I know, but we all mean things, or we mean to mean things, because I definitely meant to mean things, especially with Jack. But I need you to hear me and see a future, because you know what I am and I know what you are. And we need to ignore all of that."
So you want to disbelieve reality for...
No, I just want to believe that we can be more than that. Because everything rides on that.
Then will you help me write a story?
I'll write you the best story.
All right.
He takes her hand and he presses the doll into it.
And I think...
And he enacts contract.
That's one way to do wedding vows.
Damn it.
He says, "Now we both have to believe."
Fine, I believe.
I love you.
Love you too.
And that's where we're going to end for tonight. And tomorrow, tomorrow, next game, y'all can...
Nope, tomorrow. It's been decided. We're meeting tomorrow night.
No.
I mean, I'm free tomorrow.
I'm not.
You'll
I have to
proceed
sleep
into the
forever.
dungeon. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope everybody had a really good time. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of combat. I know it's a lot of rolling. Proud of everybody for everything they did tonight. Anyways, let all my cast introduce themselves and we'll leave you for this evening. So, MJ.
Hi, I'm MJ Bradley Lestrange. I'm a writer and podcaster, and you can follow my work on certainpov.com. I was gray and kind of alterna gray.
And John.
Hi, I'm Professor John Bradley Lestrange. I'm mostly a TikToker, and I played Jack, I Scared an Old God, Mahone.
Rhea.
Hey, I'm Rhea. You can find me on Twitter at explosive_donut or on Instagram at rhea.jasmine. I was Iris. Sorry, I was not Iris. I was Anil.
That's going to be our next game. Everybody trade sheets.
And I had a lovely time, and I hope you do too. Thank you.
Awesome. Velvet.
Thank you all so much for joining us. I've been Velvet, playing Lakoka, your local manic red cat mean girl, and you can find me most places on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar.
Awesome. Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle Sealight. The C stands for Neil. I've been playing your resident arsonist Iris, who's got some pride in herself now. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Michelle Sealight. My website, michellesealight.com, and Twitter's the best place to figure out what I'm doing because I'm doing stuff now. It's September. It's the new season.
Yeah. And last but not least, again, Junie, I'm sorry for the feels.
I'm Judy Von Ash. The V is you only get me in a vow through a fucking contract. You can find me on the internet because that's where I live and reside. I will fight you and die on that hill. And you know what? There you go.
And I, as always, have been your local chaos bringer, Spectre Elefet. You can find me most places on the internet by that name. You can find this show at Arc of the Dragon on Twitter, or you can find us on YouTube at Archives of the Dragon as well. All those links are in the chat. Go follow, like, subscribe, do the subscribey thing here to support our cast and all the wonderful work that they do. Go follow them. Otherwise, I will show up like in this clown makeup in your dreams, and you know that could be good or bad depending on what you like.
That's a threat or a promise, because if that allows me to see you in person and give you a hug and tell you I love everything you do, then I would do it.
Fun fact: fear of clowns is colorophobia.
I'm not saying it's a threat. I'm just saying by following our cast, you don't have to worry about it.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to unfollow everyone now.
Anyways, I love you all. Catch up with our stuff, our one-shots, our previous seasons, our V5 game run by the wonderful Unconscious Celestial, which will be back in October, and we will be doing a charity Clue-themed game at some point. All of those dates to be decided when Corey has a moment and isn't sending little ones to school, so I appreciate that for her. Anyways, we love you, and we'll see you next week.